Good morning, everybody. Mike Vaki, PrincetonTrader.com with your Thursday. Nope, check that. Wednesday. Lose track of the days when you're not allowed to go outside. Market webcast. All right. We are limit down at 23.93 half. The bulls have worked their way back into the Bollinger Bands. And today's going to be really about, does yesterday's low hold? Does this 23.50 area hold? Do we dip below? Do we deal with the lower band down closer to 23.11? Do we finally deal with the December lows down at 23, 23.16 or 17? Hourly chart, you can see lower band at 11. It's actually down at this point since I drew the chart. It's down to 23.05. So there you go. Does that hold? Do we break down deeper? You can see the 9-day. You can see the hourly mid-band. Now, every other time we have been 5% limit down heading into the open. It's done that 7 real quick. Boom, 7. And then they'll shut it off again for 15 minutes. And then basically end up opening at 9:45. They can't do the 13. I don't think they'll be able to do the 13 today. And then it'll trade a little bit, and we'll see if they want to try to put together another bounce or if they want to take it deeper to the downside. So I did the evening webcast last night. I talked about the technique that we've been using to enter these markets. So whether you're a member of mine or whether you're out there, I mean, if you can just halfway remember what I told you last night about not doing anticipatory longs or anticipatory shorts, you'll be a lot better off in this tape. And if you haven't watched that, go back and watch it. As far as today is concerned, it's hard for me to give you levels because we're limit down. I don't know where we're going to open. And if I don't know where we're going to open, I don't know what the key levels are going to be. I only know the levels that I can see, and that's lower band. You see daily pivot up there around 24.60. We may hit both of those areas today. And the fact that we are limit down doesn't violate the fact that we still might be in this 200 handle range between 23.50 and 25.50. We are knocking around and trying to decide what that next move is going to be. And that's not unhealthy for the tape. The problem is, in these tapes, it is hard when things are this volatile in the overnight to not trip that limit down and then get stuck. Problem is you don't know where you're stuck. So we were short last night. We were short from 80. I'm sure some of my members are still short. I always get out before the limit down. I don't mess with limits down. So I punched out around 24.05, and about an hour later it finally hit the limit down. So it's personal preference. I think there's a lot of danger. I don't like being out of the market. Okay, that's why I don't trade options. I don't like sitting around out of the market wondering, 10 hours later if I'm going to get paid when it opens back up. I don't do that. I don't like that at all. So I'll see what it's like when we're open. We'll trade price, we'll trade risk, and we'll go from there. Other than that, I'll keep hammering away at social. We'll try to get through this tape together. I'm going to keep doing the evening webcasts. And the only thing I can really tell you guys is you got to respect price. You got to respect risk. You got to use a disaster stop. You got to remember in the situations where there are bear market rallies, there are violent rallies that will rip your face off, that will take 100 handles out of the tape very, very quickly. And whether you're talking about that's a future, that's a stock, that's whatever. You can be long those. You can be standing aside for those, but you want to fight those short and add and add and add. You will wake up and, at some point and say, well, I can't trade anymore. Don't be that person. Take care. Trade them well. Talk to you soon. Follow us over on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Princeton Trader. Check us out on Facebook and join us for a free trial at www.princetontrader.com. Trade them well.